Michael Marcantonini back here on the IronBirds Broadcast Network. I've got IronBirds right-handed pitcher Jackson Baumeister joining me on the pregame show. Well, Jackson, you're well into your first pro season. How are things going this year compared to what you expected after you got drafted last year?
Yeah, things have been going great. Definitely kind of what I expected coming into the org. The type of feedback and the plans that they kind of set out for me earlier in the year. And yeah, it's definitely been going, ideally. So been going well.
Everybody I talk to, everybody talks about the rest of the guys in this clubhouse. Everybody loves playing for each other. So tell me from your perspective, what is it like playing with these guys here in Aberdeen?
Yeah, everybody's awesome. And like you said, everybody's kind of there for each other in the clubhouse. Somebody has a rough day, everybody's there to pick them up. And when somebody has a great day, everybody's there to, congratulate them and keep rooting them on. So it's nice to have that team camaraderie.
In college baseball, especially at the D1 level, pitching in those big conferences, for the starting pitchers, you guys are going deep into games, 90-plus pitches, a lot, deep inning counts. But here in pro ball, obviously every organization keeping a close watch on the pitch counts, the innings limits. So what's the adjustment been like for you of going deeper in college games but not throwing as much here in games in pro ball?
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating, especially those days where you feel, fantastic and you feel like you could throw the whole game. But kind of remembering like it's a job and you're really trying to work on, getting better. And it's not so much about the results right now, but it's more so the process and trying to become a complete pitcher. So also kind of keeping in mind, you can kind of empty the tank a little bit earlier and really, get your best bullets out from the get-go. So it's been a combination of, getting used to it and also just kind of appreciating that, the Orioles have our best interest and they want to keep us healthy and let us become the best pitchers we can.
How much has your routine changed from college ball to pro ball now?
A ton. It's definitely a lot different, especially on like a 6-day pitching schedule compared to a 7-day. And, making sure you get your lifts in and get all your treatment in. And, the Orioles have been great about that since the beginning. Trying to make sure that we know what all we have available and what resources we can use to make sure that, we're good to go every 6 days.
Staying on the topic of your routine, is there anything specific that you do now in pro ball that you didn't do before?
Not really. If anything, I'd just say there's more emphasis on arm care, making sure that I'm getting all the treatment in that I need to on specific days. And like I said, just making sure you're available for those 6 days and making sure you're able to come out each week and, give your best bullets for the team.
How would you say that your arm care routine here in Aberdeen and in the Orioles organization has helped you out on the mound?
It's definitely made me feel a lot more fresh every 6 days. Getting this, the access to the new technology and all the new methods of arm care that the Orioles have is really, top of the line, brand new stuff, brand new methods. And so having that type of arm care to kind of back up the performances has really been helpful, and I feel like I've been bouncing back probably the best I ever have.
I know the pregame routine is huge for starting pitchers. Tell me what you like to eat before games.
Well, I start every morning with waffles. I do waffles every morning on start days. And then for me, recently, I've been doing tropical smoothie a lot. So I'll go get a smoothie, get a little flatbread and an apple. And then if I'm still feeling a little hungry, maybe go get a protein bar or something like that. But I like to keep it pretty similar week in and week out.
So the big meal before you pitch, how early in the day or how late in the day are you eating that before your start?
I'd say I eat probably like 3 to 4 hours before the start. You can't be too full out on the mound, feel a little sluggish out there. So, trying to make sure I stay on the same routine in terms of meals. But, being on the road, being, mixed up schedules, stuff like that, it gets a little tricky sometimes. So you just gotta make sure you're on top of that.
How about with drinks, water and other stuff, Gatorade, Powerade, Body Armor, whatever it is? I mean, what are you pounding throughout the game?
Yeah, the day before, it's definitely a lot of water, mixing in electrolytes when I can, and then day of the game, a lot of water in the morning, and then I usually take a couple electrolyte supplements either right before I go out to the mound or like right after that first inning, especially when you start sweating a lot. It's starting to get hotter out, so making sure you're replenishing that sweat, making sure you're feeling hydrated and all that good stuff.
You were a two-way player before you got to college. You played catcher growing up. How has playing catcher growing up helped you as a pitcher to this point in your career?
Yeah, I feel like it almost gave me a better understanding of how to attack hitters, as well as just kind of knowing that relationship with the umpires as well, and making sure you treat them the right way and make sure that they're on your side, because that's a big part of the game. And I definitely feel like now, and hopefully down the road it'll help me out a little bit more than most guys, having that experience behind the dish and kind of knowing, you know, what things work and what things don't, and how certain hitters react to certain pitches.
I know your Florida State Seminoles made a pretty deep run in Omaha. They didn't quite finish the job. Tennessee ended up winning it all. But how much were you able to watch your guys in Omaha and that run they made?
Oh, yeah, a good amount. Obviously still have a lot of friends on that team. I think all three of my roommates are still on that team. And, you know, it was great to watch them, their whole run through the whole season. I got to watch most of the games. It was definitely unfortunate the way that turned out. But, you know, the comparison between this year and last year was amazing. And I definitely think they'll be back pretty soon.
Well, here in Aberdeen, you're roommates with Mac Horvath, who went to UNC. Of course, you going to Florida State. Florida State took out UNC in the tournament this year. So tell me a little bit about that side bet, or the fun thing that you guys had going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, we had a little wager, and luckily my Seminoles came out on top. So Mac showed up the day after in full Seminoles gear on our way to Wilmington. So he had the Florida State polo on, and he had a Florida State hat on, and I got to say he looked pretty good. Wish we would have had him back when I was in school.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff, man. Well, Jackson, I really appreciate you taking the time for the interview. IronBirds right-hander Jackson Baumeister joining me on the pregame show. Jackson, thanks for the time, and keep doing your thing, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
Coverage like there usually is. 1-2, swing and a miss. Good fastball up top. It's a really nice pitch mix, and he picks up another strikeout. He takes off. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Tied him up inside. 2-2, swing and a miss. Another punch out for Jackson Baumeister. It's his fourth. And right there you see Baumeister pick up another strikeout, and he is really locked in. 0-2, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Jackson Baumeister, and he's got a six-pack of punchies through 3 innings. There's a swing and a miss there, and it's another strikeout for Baumeister. Give him 7 in the game. It's 3 in a row. 2-2 pitch, got him. A career-high 8 strikeouts for Jackson Baumeister.